This right here, this feature, totally revolutionary if you are traveling with your golf clubs. But this bag, for as much as I like it, it's not perfect. And today, we're gonna talk about why that is and if you should consider picking one up. Keep watching. So for the last decade, I've been using a Club Glove last bag for all of my golf trips. I've taken this thing to dozens of golf courses. It's been to 14 different countries. It has been everywhere and it has taken a beating. And it is still in great shape. But I'm not gonna lie. Over the last few years, I've gotten some travel bag envy at the airport when I see people with these cool club gliders. This is the Sun Mountain ClubGlider Meridian, and it's a high-end travel golf bag that adds that cool feature of pop-out wheels so that the club theoretically just glides through the airport or the hotel or wherever you are. I've now been on 2 trips with this bag, so I have a really good sense of what I like about it, what I don't, and some opinions on whether or not you should buy it. In this review, I'm going to be comparing it directly to the Club Glove last bag because that's one of the most popular bags on the market, and it's the one that I have the most experience with. To be clear, there's plenty of other golf travel bags out there, but these are the ones that most of the people I know use, and they're the ones I have experience with, so these are the ones we're going to reference in this video. And one last point before we jump into the full review, if you click any of the links below, I will get an affiliate commission, and to be clear, I do not care if you buy either of these products or any of the products I mentioned. My whole goal here is just to help you find the right things that you need and give my honest assessment of my experience with them. So I've got written reviews of both of the bags I've mentioned that I will link to below in case you want more information. And if you do decide to buy one of these and you found this helpful, clicking those links allows me to do videos like this for you. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's jump into it. Okay, so my first impressions of this bag is it looks great. It comes in a ton of different colorways. I opted for a black steel red version, and I think the red accents are in all the right places that just make it look like a high-end, high-quality golf bag. I like the fact that up on top, you can kind of see where the padding is, which helps reinforce an idea that, hey, your clubs are going to be protected. A lot of people that use hard shell cases won't even think about going to a soft shell case because they're afraid their clubs might get damaged. And while generally, yes, any soft shell case is not going to be as durable and as robust as a hard shell case, they can also be much more convenient, much easier to use, which is why I have typically gone that way. For the most part, these bags are all fairly similar. Looking at this compared to the last bag that I've used, really the main differences are it's got that club glider system that we're gonna talk about in a second. The shoe pockets, instead of being on the inside, are on the outside, and it's got 2 clips instead of 3 clips. And so aside from some other colorways and some basic things, those are the major aesthetic and functional differences between these 2 bags. So they're really not that different. But once I started packing this bag, that's where I did start to notice a few differences between this bag and my old Club Glove. Notably, while this is a very well-made bag, it's very rugged, very durable materials, it's not quite as rugged as the last bag. The last bag seems like it uses a slightly thicker nylon, and the main zipper on the last bag feels a little bit more robust. So like I said, my previous bag, I've taken this on dozens of trips, and I've crammed a lot of stuff in there to the point at times where the zipper gets really tight and I'm not sure it's going to close. It is never busted. I've never had any issues with that zipper failing, which is something that I can't say for a lot of the other heavy use golf items that I have with zippers. In packing this new Sun Mountain bag, once I kind of got it fully in with my golf bag and a bunch of stuff, as I was getting that zipper closed, it's still very high end and very well done, but it just doesn't seem like it's quite as robust and durable as the other bag. That could be a perception thing, but that was just kind of how I felt about it. One thing I was happy to report is there was a little bit more room in this bag than my old one. So I have the last bag Collegiate, which is one of the smaller versions of the last bag, and it was just always a little bit too tight. I could fit my clubs in there and not really a whole lot else. This bag, because they took the shoe pockets and moved it from the inside to the outside, did have some additional room for like sweatshirts, an extra pair of shoes, and things like that, which was a really welcome addition. The downside to those shoe pockets though, were while it created a little bit more space inside the bag, what I found was the outside pockets are not big enough to hold 2 size 12 shoes. So normally in my old bag, I would always travel with 2 pairs of shoes. One set goes in one pocket, the other set goes in the other pocket. With the Sun Mountain bag, I can only fit 1 size 12 shoe in each pocket. So now I have 1 shoe in each pocket, and I have to take my second pair of shoes and I have to put it in the bag itself. Not really that big of a deal, not the end of the world, but I was a little disappointed I couldn't fit a pair of shoes in each of those pockets. One last thing I'll note on build quality is this top handle right here. It's fine, but it feels just a little thin. I would have liked to see this have like an extra leather padding around it or something to make it just a little bit thicker to grip onto. The last bag does have this, and this just feels a little light in comparison. I don't think it's gonna like get pulled off or anything. It's just not quite as comfortable in the hand when you're holding it and doesn't feel quite as high end and quite as durable. And real quick, I wanna make something clear. I feel like I'm ragging on the build quality of this. The build quality is excellent. I really do not think anybody is going to have any issues using this bag for many years to come. It's really less of a knock on this bag and more of a testament to when you call a bag the last bag, the build quality really is that robust. So if build quality on that is an A+, this would be like an A-. But now we get into the thing that changes everything. The reason that I will be using this bag from here on out rather than my old Club Glove bag, and that is the wheels. The ClubGlider system. This thing works so well. So literally, you just pull it down, it goes away, totally flat. When you're ready to use it, pull down, pull out, and this bag will sit there and just glide around wherever you would like to take it. It truly does work so well. And you can have a bag that weighs 30, 40 pounds, and you can just push it and it will go. It is so light and so easy to maneuver, and honestly, it feels like it's on rails. Going to check in my bag, waiting in line, going, through the turnstiles or whatever, it just cruises right around. It follows you. Super easy. And that level of convenience I have found to be even more enjoyable than I expected it to be. For many of you, if you're traveling with golf clubs, there's also a good chance you're going to be renting a car. So that means you're going to be doing extra hiking around the airport with a whole set of clubs, with your clothes, and anything you can do to make that experience better and more convenient is a win. And this truly makes that better and more convenient. I was thinking that I might have issues with it on escalators, but just as I did with my old bag, you just kind of pick it up, you put it on its side, the wheels will just kind of like sit out like that while you're on the escalator, but it's honestly been a complete non-issue and isn't something that I would worry about. So for the trips I've taken with it so far, I've packed it with a Vessel Player 5 golf bag, which is a pretty big golf bag when it comes to carry bags, and I had no issues with it. It felt really good. I could still fit an extra pair of shoes in there. I could fit a couple extra sweatshirts and a couple extra things. So I know if I was trying to fit that same stuff in my older bag, I would struggle with it a lot more than I have with this one. The downside is that at $339, it's a fairly expensive bag. But when you're traveling around with clubs that could cost thousands of dollars, you want them to be well protected and you want a bag that's well built. This is. So even though build quality, durability seems like just a touch shyer than the other bag I was using, it more than makes up for it with the ClubGlider feature, and for me at least, I think that is a very worthy trade-off. So, should you buy this bag? Probably. Don't get me wrong, last bag is great. Club Glove products are great, super durable, highly recommended. If you feel compelled to go that route, I don't think you're going to be disappointed, but for me, the convenience of the ClubGlider is just incredible. So while build quality, durability may be just a touch lower, I'm not traveling like every single week where I think this is going to be an issue. So this bag, I have zero doubts, is going to last me for many years to come. If that changes and I do have issues with it, I would check out the link below. That's where I'm going to be able to easily update my written review with any issues, any revelations, or anything that happens. So if you're thinking about this bag, I would say go for it. I think you're going to be very happy with it. It looks good, it performs well, and it truly is kind of revolutionary in the added convenience that ClubGlider system provides. My name's Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this thing here at Breaking 80, where we talk about cool golf products and cool golf courses. If you got some value out of this, hit the subscribe button. If you have questions about this, drop a comment. And if you just want to say, hey, thanks, I enjoy it, maybe do a thumbs up. I hope you have an excellent day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.